بيقرأ الصورة. خلاص حاول عاوزه على السكرين. فهم شوف شوي على السكرين. قل له تفضل.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. أيها الإخوة والأخوات.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brother and sister, welcome you back in your episode of Fatwa on Air.
هذه الحلقة من فضل فتاوى.
First question tonight, the question is asking, my husband give me some money for my house expenditure. I get out of it what I need to buy for the house. Sometimes gives a small charity, or I give like a tip to whomever serve me. Is there a sin for that? In another way, can a woman, is she sin if she give a little bit of charity without his permission? The woman is trusted on the money of her husband, and she should not do anything except his warnings. So what if she knew that his soul will be accepted in charity? There is no problem with that. And the minor things that is known to forget about it, or he put a limit to her and allowed it for, but she knew that he did not allow her, then she should not do it. From whatever she knows for certainty, for that he will not allow her to do it, that she should not do it. If he allowed, alhamdulillah, everybody's happy. He will be getting reward from what he gains, and the woman from what she'd give. Even the workers and the ones who did, Allah will not prevent any of them from their share of the reward. So everybody is enjoying in good piety. So she should not use your husband's money except what is allowed by knowledge, by their culture, like minor things, and what he is allowing you to do. If not, if you know something that you're not allowed to, then you're not allowed to. The son of Adam, they say, my money, and he got nothing from his money except what he has eaten and then he wasted, or he wore and he vented, or he put charity and he kept. Another question from a woman who's asking, is my prayers by reading Al-Fatiha and to a short surah in the first two rak'ahs, the others only Fatiha, as if it like if the short recitation like in the fourth prayers, the four rak'ahs like Dhuhr, Asr, Isha, if I make him short, we say to her that what you recite, what you can from the Quran, from the Sunnah, it's not from the required on the majority of the scholars. Abu Hurairah says, in every prayer there is a recitation. In every prayer there is a prayer. The Prophet ﷺ did not tell us what he had, we had, and whomever read with the then it is enough, and whatever he added, it is better. And he's talking about the first two rak'ahs of each prayer. So to recite whatever you can after Al-Fatiha, it is from the Sunnah, it's not from the obligatory part. But the question is, what is the least that you could do to have the sunnah of the recitation. The least, one ayah.
إلا قل ذلك آية من الآيات التي لا ينبغي أن يقل الشخص عنها تتحقق السنة في القراءة لقوله تعالى.
That's because Allah said, and recite whatever you can from the Quran. But it has to have a meaning. The sunnah cannot be, you cannot say just mudahammata. This is a description to gardens. That's a description to those gardens. So you don't have a good meaning, even though it is independent. Meaning, so it has to have like a rule. So it's better to just read more than one ayah. Imam Ahmad, he like it to be a long one, like Ayat al-Kursi. If you're gonna make one ayah, make it like Ayat al-Kursi. To start Ayat al-Kursi, and the longest one of in the Baqarah, which is the death of the loan. Imam Ahmad. Abu Hanifa you have two sayings. That if he recite one whole rak'ah is enough. And the other one, except 3 ayat or 1 long ayah. Anyway, to recite 1 ayah in the Quran is enough. If it is independent in a rule or a meaning. And to learn to make it a habit. It is like overdoing it. So you have to give a nice advice to add, to read more. But it's not a place to deny and have a dispute. The question after that, that I had a question before you stopped the live episode, that about an owner of an apartment. He knows that the renter cannot pay except he go and take a loan with riba. Is he going to be sent to say that this person, if this person cannot pay his rent except by riba? This is something unknown, and this is only for Allah Azza wa Jal. We go with what the best of. If you did halal for whoever you want, you should not verify after that how the money is going to come from. If you rent the halal to whoever you want, don't be worried about verifying where this money comes on. This is for fiqh. Now, but from the manners and the characters and etiquette and easiness, if you knew that this person has difficulties, then wait for a good time. You bring the person at a certain time. Now with the corona, no work. From the novelty to delay. Give him some time. So Allah will give you more. But to answer the question, no, you don't have to verify if you sell or rent something that the money is going to come from. That's none of your business. You rented where you're going to, no, that's none of your business. But if you knew there's a difficulty for him to pay, so pay. So remember Allah saying, and if he is on difficulty, let's wait for an ease. And to give charity is better for you if you know. and in front of Allah that you could do in one time in front of Allah when you stand in front of Him. When you look right, you find nothing except what you have provided. Left, and you can find nothing what you have provided. And look in front of you, you don't see nothing except the fire in front of you. At that time, you wish you could have a charity, a good sin, a good deed. You could bring the mercy of Allah. If you have made ease on people of need in this life, Allah will make it easy for you at that time. If you have delayed the difficulty of person and you forgive him, Allah is more generous. He will take the difficulty from you at that difficult time. La ilaha illallah. Another question: whomever divorces wife in different time, is there anything to bring her back? He have regretted a lot. I knew that I never got to the ighlaq place. I was angry, but no, I was able to control my anger. Allah Azza wa Jalla said the divorce is twice. To hold with the goodness or to live in goodness. The first and the second you can bring back. And that's what Allah said, that they have the right to bring back if they want to correct things. But if the third occasion and you came to the third one, then you have put tight what Allah has made wide. So she's not allowed to him until she marries someone else and he divorced the new one. Then there is no problem if they came back, if they thought they're going to hold Allah's boundaries. But the second one has to be a good marriage, not to make it easy for another one. Because if he did, and he is just like the goat that is bored. That's what the Prophet ﷺ said. Do you want to tell about him? The one who did this, may Allah have cursed him. So if you did the third one, your wife is not allowed to until she marries someone else. But I tell you to go to the new mufti next to you. From that you trust in his religion and tell him your story. The first divorce, second divorce. Maybe in one of those there is something that happened right is not accepted. Maybe if it is bid'ah talaq or innovation, maybe he will find a way out for you. Allahu Alam. You have to look out at, you cannot make the fatwa on distance. You have to go and speak to him privately and tell him but you have to be very accurate and very good with each of those divorce. Maybe Allah Azza wa Jalla will find a way out for you. I have a question here. I want to buy a house. I live in Canada. I'm always looking for an Islamic institution. I can't find, unfortunately. Whoever call themselves Islamists, they claim the names, but it is the same contract. I'm ready to pay all what I have, but it's not enough to buy a house. If I take money from the bank and I try to pay it, am I going to be sin? We have different sheikhs who does that, and that the necessity exit. I don't see no necessity. Everybody can rent. I want to make a comment first. First of all, you have judge that all the Islamic institution as fake as it is, but as if you have fiqh that they don't have, and from the piety what they don't have. You are claiming they change their names, but it is the same deal. This is too much to put the dust on the Islamic experience and Islamic institute. This is too much. You need to go back and take it back, because some of these institutions are truthful, and they have good sheikhs who are observing this, and they are looking over these contracts. So please take it easy on yourself and your brothers and with the community. Don't put the sand with one word and all the Islamic experience. Say you have a doubt, have to verify this. To say for certainty that they are just changing the names, this is not right. You need to be fair. You need to be have some sanity when you say that. The second thing, a lot of sheikh they have bait in from you have yourself more knowledgeable than these sheikhs and scholars. There is no bite for them. They don't care. That's not right. And they don't have burden, and you are the one. Is this how matters are done? No, that's not right. You don't know what is the story of each one of them when he came to that contract that you're talking about. You don't know in his brain how he found that he is in need. But to just all the scholars around you and provide them in front of you that they are not biased, they're not people of religion, and they did ease on the things that they don't, and they did what they should not do, and you are the only one who have the piety, you are the only one who fear Allah. This is something that need to be retaken and thinking of. Allah said, and if you say, be just. So we go back to your question now. If you are capable of staying and be with rent until Allah will give you an ease. But if there's a burden, it could be a burden for some people. Someone who has 5-6 kids, and you cannot have except a certain number. Some people tell me, I have too many kids and I have 2 big houses because I cannot have that many people in one house, because there is a maximum in each room. So whoever with that kind of excuse, and he don't have Islamic institutions that's going to help him, or they did but he didn't qualify, or he cannot move somewhere else, and the earth is tight on him. If it is like that, then I hope there should be time to work with this financial funds and to use the scholars around him to decide his need. Always say, the one who make Sulaiman understand, make me understand. Whomever taught Dawood, teach me. Ask Allah to your success, inshallah. And I should not find our blame on you. This is from our concern about you. To love for you. We love you in the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal. A question, a woman, she said, I'm from Morocco. I have a brother from my mother. He left in Spain with another wife. He have 2 kids. He never seen my brother over 30 years. And he did not contact him, didn't visit him. He knew where he lives and his phone number. And I inherited, and my mother did not inherit because she was divorced. Anyway, she wanted to give him 3 million so he could buy a ship as a charity, not a loan. And I'm afraid if I give it to him, he will abuse it. In summary, this money, under certain circumstances, he was thrown to uncertain, so the shaitans are taking him right and left, and he became in that miserable way that she is talking about. She said, can I give him a charity? Yes, you can. Nothing stops you from giving him a charity. If he's a Muslim, he is better that you will give him. If it is, even if it is a non-Muslim, it is okay. Maybe this will soften her to Islam. If you are afraid that he's going to take the money, just don't but be among those who connect and fear Allah. Do you think some Muslim who have one son 30 years, he don't call him or visit him? Astaghfirullah. 30 years. A father knows that you have a son. He knows his phone, his address. You don't connect him if that's corrected what she said. Because the truth, I'm not blaming the father. I'm saying if it is correct, all these facts are presented in front of me, and he have nothing to paint. But what is very heartbroken, that a father knows that he has a son alive. He knows his phone number, his address. He knows his needs for taking care of, and he don't stay in touch with him. It was said that our kids is like our livers walking on the earth. Subhanallah, this is what Allah is saying, that your hearts are hardened just like stones, and the stones, some of it are exploded with water, and some that they for fear of Allah. It is enough sin that a person do not take care of his kinships. Ameen. Ameen. Allah said, by my honor, I will connect to those who connect with you, and I will leave those who leave you. Another question is, owner says, is a person going to be sent for something he's learning in this life? He's there to work so he could get a job, make research in Islamic so he could become a teacher. He will increase in his salary. Do you get a sin for something in this life? Or those who pride themselves with their degree in science. I'm a doctor in this, I'm a professor in that. It could be out of happiness, of success. I started, I worked hard. Allah honored me with this PhD or professorship or this and this. Or he present himself with his a doctor, professor, engineer. There's nothing about it. First of all, with the fact, and then we could add to it. The origin on this one, that Ibn Majah and others, and Albani corrected it, saying the Prophet ﷺ never learned to pride himself on the scholars, or to pride himself on the foolish, or to bring people, look at him, Allah will enter hellfire. We're talking about the knowledge of Islam. You seek Allah's face only. You seek the hereafter, that you're going to benefit yourself, to save it from the punishment of Allah, to benefit others, so you can bring to them the messages of Allah. But to stand, that's going to take the reciters who take a part of recitation. He want to stand in a line, let's say from so and so to end, to finish with the Prophet ﷺ. He want to sit in that chain, to be a part of that chain. Maybe at the day of judgment he will be sent with them. Maybe he'll be with them. Righteousness is that if he can, because this is an honor that Allah chooses to it whomever He wish from His creations. The other knowledge, it is knowledge is, it has to be enough. Shafi'i used to say, and he used to put in that the Muslims, they left 1/3 of the knowledge and they left it to the Jews and the Christians. I was talking about medicine. That's why they said to learn the origins of work is from the important things. So will be independent. They can count on themselves. When our enemies, they will not benefit from any of the description. The Sheikh is saying that we have to learn all types of knowledge that's going to benefit the community, to defend them, the community, to benefit the community, and not to allow others from outside to have control of our community. شوفي the summary, my brother, the knowledge to be to Allah Azza wa Jal, but that should not stop that you should use it as something to help you for your. I will not sit in front of you. If I was busy, if I'm concerned myself about if I was Shafi said, if I was ordered to look for one onion to my kids, I will not be able to research.
يحبس نفسه على مصالح المسلمين فيحمله المسلمون بأموالهم. من حبس نفسه على
Whomever hold himself for a public interest, it is right on the Muslims from their money, so he could do what he used to.
فإذا تحرر هذا النحو
Now we'll go to another question. Can I buy a goat for udhiyah? Give it a gift to my father to make the udhiyah, and I'm married and my husband's accepted. Yes, it is allowed. If he made one for on your behalf and give you money to spend to your father, so he could buy a goat for udhiyah. He will make on his family. That's good and sharing the good and enjoying what is good. It shouldn't be from your own money. It can be from your husband if he gave it to you. Yes. Just like you have to have the expense of Hajj as a gift. Yes, alhamdulillah. A bounty from Allah. You will get a reward for spending and you get the reward for your Hajj. السؤال اللي بعده وافد حرك لي السؤال. I'm a part of electronic company and we get a part is the money they gave me, they give us some shares in that company to keep them in staying. It's no problem. If it is confused, you take that money, get rid of the part from that share, and it is public record. You know how much the interest of the thing that they use that is not permissible. So you think this company, 10% of their income, is not allowed Islamically? Now it is allowed. So get rid of 10% of the money you get from those shares, not your salary, but from the shares, and don't live for the company, and get rid of it a public way, so you can have the rest for you, inshallah. Ask Allah Azza wa Jal, can a woman in the to raise her voice and shows by herself, or mahram? The voice of a woman is not our, but with others it is better to the eyes of the sir, and to raise her voice so she could hear herself. A woman is asking, I have 3 aunts and they are all old in age, the end of their youth. They are not married yet. I don't know the reason. The women, they don't. They are beautiful, and they have everything a man needs, not just the body, even the cooking. I say, my dear sister, if you find someone who came with this character and his religion, then get him married. If not, there will be a fitna and corruption on earth. Allah is talking to the guardians of the women. They should not, and it is a talk to the woman. If the woman came in who is right, should not until the train of marriage will pass by, until she's old. كل مفترك
إلا
ما شاء الله. So remind your aunt that, if someone came to you who had good religion and good manners, you should marry him. And remember, marriage is half of the religion. Remember, get married, Allah has fulfilled them the second half of the religion. Fear Allah and the other part. I have no power from further. I'm talking to the guardians to entice them to marry and to make it easy and to open the gate and not to put any obstacles. In a place, there's a place that they are teaching self-defense. A woman, self-defense. But the instructor is a man. He gives the instruction. He will not touch us at all. Can I go to these kind of trainings? And we do the defenses with other women. There is a decision for Amja, woman, and the sports. You have to cover the private part. And try to avoid the sport from a place where there's full of people that are not part of the mahram. It is a tradition to make easy from clothes during sport. Some culture they allow it, or different religions that are tampered with. It's not allowed for the Muslim who it was talk about her hijab. When Allah said and say to the women and not to show their garments except for their till the end of the ayah to their husbands and so on. So we should not cover anything from Allah told her to cover in sport or others. The sport does not allow what is forbidden or vice versa. The Muslim with Allah has been with His Messenger and the religion what Allah has legislated. And when it was the action to some sports that it required of ease in movement. So the origin should not enemy the mahram, which is the husband, the father, brother, so on, to look at. So it should be in a place where whether it's inside the house or a special place for women only. And no videos. And of course, everybody's woman, or he's in an area that is open away from men, but the one that require more than that. Like, you can go 20 people, there's no running, there's nothing. You walk. So that's a public sin, not a problem, as long as you're keeping her hijab. Also, there is a hadith, our mother Aisha says, I went with the Prophet ﷺ in one of his traveling. I was still young. And then I beat him in a race between me and him. So he didn't say nothing until I became heavy and I forgot. And I went one time in one of his trucks. He said to people to go. He said, come, let's race again. So we raced, and he beat me. And he kept laughing. He said, "This with this one with that." And in one narration, the second time, because she was heavy, Shokan used to say there is an indication that it is allowed to race on the between men and women, mahram, and like that does not go against the etiquette. Because he alayhi salatu wasalam did not marry Aisha except after she's 50 in his age. And he told people to go to do it. Well, look her. So that people will not show that woman. The normal is when you walk fast for men. And Ibn Qudama, may Allah have mercy on him, about the wisdom on this, he said, Ibn Qudama said, the scientist said, nothing, no because you have to show the toughness, and that is not in the woman. So, because of this, it is advised. The way it is done in the houses when it's allowed, especially there is like other videos that can show you training in that art. And it is advised to have special places for women, public places, women who could teach, trainers. But we stress at the end that the house is not the only option for women to practice sports. They could do it in an area that is open. Men could not see them, but because it has to be to cover and the others not to look at them. It is not allowed or not in there. It will be with normal, like the early hours of working. It's okay for women to go there. Like the gym in the morning is empty and most men are at work. It is okay to go to that place that's open and public with their hijab and cover. Even in those women, all our sisters, they go to the beaches with their hijab at the time after Fajr immediately or late at night. The beaches are empty and no one is beating them and they enjoy it. The rule in this, fear Allah as you can. And we don't stop our women from enjoying whatever they can. Ask Allah Azza wa Jalla to figure out for them. The condition will continue for conditions. Inshallah,